Hare Krishna. So now we have seen that the super soul is equal to everybody. See, it is having lot of mass, So the super soul will be accommodated in whichever the species we are. Because we are having 8.4 millions of species, and also in that species also each and every living entity is accompanying with the super soul. And the super soul is not different, no? When your body is having all the 24 elements, that's from the material nature, and the soul enters the body, then it is always accompanied by the super soul. And the super soul is very compassionate to each and everybody. If he is very, very merciful. So what happens when you need, when there is a need for a guru, he also gives you the guru, who is the representative of Lord Krishna from the bona fide from the bona fide parampara. So in that way also the super soul acts as a Chaitya guru. And we have seen that the super soul is equal to everybody. He's not even partial. See, when we see some of the yogis will be there because the liberated persons, here Krishna is speaking about the liberated persons sees a dog eater or the cow or any of the living beings, the super soul, because the liberated persons they are in the platform of spiritual consciousness, they are not in the bodily consciousness of this material nature. So in each and every soul they'll be only seeing the Paramatma feature, means the super soul in all the living creatures, and they'll be every time in the sense of they'll be having every time they are very linked with the super soul, and he's the Krishna himself. Super soul is nothing but Krishna. So these liberated persons are never degraded, and they are always, because they are never degraded, because they are liberated people, and they are on the platform that is superior to this material nature. They are never degraded to any type of species, that is the material nature. And they are of liberated means they are having no bodily consciousness. No bodily consciousness, people with sense gratification, because we are in the platform of a bodily consciousness, so we'll be doing different things. But and we also see that we are the doer, but the actual seer sees that he is a liberated person, and the actual doer is the the material energy, that is the three modes of nature. The Prakriti is the actual doer, but the actual knowledge seeker is a liberated person. Hare Krishna, we'll go ahead from 31 to 35 slokas. Any one of you can read it.
When a sensible man ceases to see different identities due to different material bodies, and he sees how beings are expanded everywhere, he attains to the Brahman conception. Text 32. Those with the vision of eternity can see that the imperishable soul is transcendental, eternal, and beyond the modes of nature. Despite contact with the material body, O Arjuna, the soul neither does anything nor is entangled. Text 33. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. Text 34. O son of Parada, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness. Text 35. Those who see with eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body, and can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain to the supreme goal.
Haribol Prabhu.
Very good, Mataji.
So now you know that who is the actual seeker. Who is the actual seeker, Mani Prabhu?
Actual seeker.
Sorry. Yeah. You have read now only, no?
Yes, Mataji. 1 minute.
Just read the translation of 30, you'll get off.
Okay.
Who is the doer and who is not the doer?
One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, and sees that the self does nothing, actually sees. Okay.
Yes, Manprabhu, who is the doer and who is not the doer?
Body is doer, Mataji, and super soul is not doer.
No, no. I said now you can answer from 30. Just read the 30 translation.
One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, and sees that self does nothing, actually sees. Super soul, Mataji.
Super soul is the doer, huh?
No, soul is
Super
doer.
soul is the doer.
Just, huh?
Soul is doer.
Just
Super
think
soul
of
is
it.
the doer.
1 minute. Just think of it. Who is the doer?
Super soul is the doer.
Super
Huh?
soul is not doer.
Super
Does nothing. He is the another bird. In the tree, two birds. One bird is doer and a soul. Another bird is the super soul bird. So doer is the soul.
You didn't got it. Mani Prabhu,
Yes, Mataji.
who is the doer?
Super soul,
I
Mataji.
told you the example of father, mother, and child. See, father
Yes,
is the
Mataji.
sanctioning, mother is going to bring you all the things whichever the child is needed. So, who is doing it?
Soul.
Body, our body.
Father. Father means Krishna, sanctioning authority. Mother is the
Yes.
doer. Prakriti is the doer, the true doer. Who is the non-doer? Jiva. He only
Body.
desires. Yeah?
Mhm.
Jiva
Yes, Mataji.
means the soul is entrapped in the body.
Mm.
Now you got clearly.
Still
Who is the
confusion.
actual doer?
Yes.
Prakriti. Everything what we do is again pushing by our circumstances through Prakriti. The true doer is the Prakriti. We are not doing anything. Prakriti Kriyamanani. Okay. It's a different. We think that because we are in a bodily consciousness, we think that we are doing everything. But actually, we are not doing anything. It is by the mode of nature the Prakriti is giving. Because Prakriti is she is giving such a thankless job. See, we are the kids. Father is there. So, if a father is going to give you 100 rupees, so what we can do? The kid will be there. The kid can go and buy his fruits or chocolates. Or the kid may buy even the or non-toxic materials such as cigarettes or anything, and he can use it. Now, who you are going to blame? The father or the son?
Father.
Huh? Think. See, as a father, he gave 100 rupees as a pocket money to the child. So the child is having 100 rupees pocket money.
You should not.
So the child is having the possibility that he can go and buy his fruits or anything and he can eat very healthy. And he is also having the liability that he can go and drink this cigarettes and other things also. Now, who is the person who we will blame? The father or the child? Who is doing wrong thing?
Both. Both,
We
Mataji.
can't blame the father, I think, but I think only we need to blame the buddhi we are getting from the nature, what we are taking in, maybe.
See, normally the child has to be blamed because the child is having being two ways. It can be used. The money can be used in good ways or the money can be used in bad ways. The power of discriminating is not there with the child. Yes? How that will be getting? Why he's not having? Because of his past karma or his previous deeds or due to his circumstances or the prakriti that is acting on it. See, our body, we are having a free will. See, now each and everybody, we are interested in hearing Bhagavad Gita. So we came to this section. If some people will be there, the people what they'll say, why to hear this Bhagavad Gita? Now we are very young. After going up till 17, at that time I can read this Bhagavad Gita and at that time I can focus. Now I have to focus on my career. Is it the right way? Because if a person is walking on the road, at the next moment, what is going to happen? The person knows he may be struck by an accident, he may die at that moment. And his lifetime is not 70 years. So at the next moment, what is going to happen only we don't know. So how can we take such a long distance? We can't know. The same way here, whatever the soul wants, it is in an adamant position. Just like a child is there, the child wanted that red balloon, red apple shaped balloon. But what the mother is going to give, mother is saying that is waste. You can't eat it. So take this real apple. It is only the illusion of that apple and it will be only few minutes. But this real apple, it gives you the strength. So eat it. But the child says, no, I don't want this. I want only the apple type balloon. So I need that. So there the free will is acting. According to our free will, we are acting. So that is coming from the power of discriminating. So the person who doesn't have this power of discrimination is not an actual seer. If the person who is having this power of discriminating, then that he is liberated because he's out of this bodily consciousness. When he's not out of this bodily consciousness, he is having Sachidananda in the. Every time he is very blissfully happy with his presence because he is always serving the super soul and he is offering obeisances to the super soul. Whatever he is doing, everything is linked with Krishna consciousness. Everything. If he is going to work, he is going to work for Krishna. If he is going to eat, he is going to eat for Krishna. If he is going to sleep also, he'll read some of the scriptures and he's going to go for the sleep also. It becomes a yoga nidra. So in that way, whatever he does, whatever he speaks, he completely, if he is doing his work to his best of abilities, he will do. So in this way, the true seeker, what we are doing, we are doing nothing. Because the soul wanted to have the desires, everything is doing by this Prakriti. And Prakriti is doing such a thankless job. See, because we are adamant to the Father, we are brought in this material world. This material world is one type of jail. Dukkalayam Ashashvitam. So this is temporary world and this is not having fully independence. So we need to get out of this. How we need to get out of this? Knowing who is from where we came, where we have to go, why we are in this jail. Due to our adamant character, because we have turned the face away from Lord Krishna. So we are brought in this material. Now what we have to do, we have to turn our faces, we have to turn our soul towards Krishna. We need to go towards where our permanent quarters are there. What are the permanent quarters? The Vaikuntha Lokas are the permanent residence of us. We were residing there only. Due to our admin character, we came down. So now again we need to go there back. So who is the actual doer? That is Prakriti. Who is the non-doer? That is the Jiva. We feel that with this bodily, I have done so many festivals. I am doing the festivals of the Lord. I am doing so much Zamodar Deep, everything. Everything. Are you doing actually? We are not doing anything. But Prakriti is acting on us. It is forcing us to do everything. So, Prakriti Kriyamanadi. So, in that way, the actual doer is Prakriti by the three modes of nature. Is this point clear, Prabhujis?
Yes, Mata.
Yes, Mata.
Now it's clear, no? Actual do here. Now we'll be seeing that who is the non-doer. See, because we are entangled, we are non-doers, but we are taking this body. So we are entangled in this material world. How we are entangled? If somebody is having a nice, see, if somebody is having a car, he's going on a car. So when he met an accident, what will happen? The car will be bursted and he'll be having lot of debts and other things because the car must be repaired. Car must be repaired again. He has to use that vehicle again. He has to go down all his debts and like that. So in that way also, each and everywhere, the soul is intact. If you take that, your body is just like a car because and you are the driver of the car. If the car is damaged, what will you do? You have to go for the repairs of it. But here, one more thing is that the soul is accompanied by the super soul, but the super soul is aloof. He is aloof from this material world. He is not entrapped. He got the free will. He by his will, he has created this different worlds. From Garbhodak side, there are many different worlds coming. No, our main is Chaturmukha Brahma and the four-headed Brahma and different lokas are there. Different species came. No, from the navel of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu and when each and every living entity is accompanied by Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. So these liberated persons, how they will see? They will see all the Paramatma features in that. So here also the soul is not accompanied. It's not entangled. Why it is not entangled? Because the super soul is transcendental. And also it doesn't, the super soul is beginningless and endless because from where it is started, we don't know. But we may not be knowing. We may in this no in this birth, we may be having our birthday. So we feel that this is only the day we came out. But actually we are also Sanatana. We are also coming from many. And we know that the super soul is indestructible and it is coming from different because it is Sanatana and it is transcendental to the all the modes of nature. And also we know that it does not have anything to do with this. Because when it comes to our material activities, our body is having that. So when the living entities, because the field of activities, what we said, Kshetra. Kshetra is the body. The living entity, when it is differentiating from this body, because body is a machine, and why this body is given? The body is given according to our material nature. What is the material nature? What is the past desires? Or what is due to the karma factor? We got this body and the soul is put into that. And when anybody or the body which acts from, which is distinct from the field of activities. Kshetra means the field of activities, the body. If any sense person, because when we are seeing different bodies and different, if there is absence of material contamination, if there is absence of material contamination, totally the body is spiritual. So at that time, what will happen? There will be a pure confidence of pure consciousness is developed. When this material contamination is not there, your soul will be in Sachitananda Swarup, in that platform, which is spiritual. So in that way, when you see that in spiritual means or the Brahman platform, you can also known as the Brahman feature, means effluence of the Lord. It will be in the effluence of the Lord. And also you can, how does, when a person is there in that Brahman vision, how it will be? See, the soul will never mix with the body. So it will be in Sachitananda mode. And the soul is imperishable. And it is transcendental to the body, transcendental to the three modes of nature. And it does not. And when the soul is transcendental, it is not entangled in that body. So everything is spiritual. So for this, Srila Prabhupada has also given the two analogies. What are the two analogies is, see, the sky is there. The sky doesn't mix anything with the with wind or anything. Just if you take a bowl bowl of water, the bowl doesn't mix with water, no? The bowl is the same thing as it. If you return that bowl upside down, the water will flow off, but the bowl, it will be empty, but it will be having the gas in it. The wind is there. The bowl and the wind are two different entities. The same way here also, super soul and the soul are two different entities. And also we see that that the whichever the feature, so whichever the vision, it may be the influence of the Lord or anything, but it does not mix with your body. Because when it is transcendental, your bodily consciousness is absent. Or when, or you can also have an example that if air is entering the mud, or if the air is entangled with the water, if mud, water, everything are mixed also, you, after some time, what will happen? Some air bubbles will be coming off. So what will happen? The mud and the other will be going up towards the races. Or you can also see that when the baking soda or the baking powder is added to the dough, what will happen? There will be an increase in the dough, because the dough may be little, but after putting this baking powder, it rises and it becomes so puffy. So that you look cakes or anything, they will be very fluffy, no? The same way here also, if you are going to mix water, water, and mud, it also going to increase inside because of the air inside it. Because air is different entity, mud is different, and water is different. When it is mixed, it becomes different. But here the bowl and the air, the sky cannot be having anything. See, after the sky is there, you can't go out of that water, no? See, wind is there. The wind, if you're going to upside down the bowl, the wind is there only. It can't come out of that bowl. The same way here also, when you feel that the bodily consciousness is uncontaminated, it is transcendental. That is the spiritual. And the vision is also the same way. Means, what is the main symbol? What is the main symbol of this consciousness? Or the main symbol is the consciousness is the symbol. Consciousness is itself the symbol of a living entity. When somebody is dead, the consciousness is not there. The consciousness will be in your subtle body. So it goes away from the person. So they will say that the conscious is not there. So he is a dead person. What is the consciousness? That is the pure soul. Means it is having the Sachitananda Vigraha. Soul is Sachitananda Vigraha, but our mind, we have to work in such a way that our mind must not be entangled. Every time the soul must be superior. Soul must be superior means what we have to do? According to the degree. According to the degree, how much you are going to do. Because the soul will be happy when you are doing service to the Lord. Because the soul is the dasa. The nature of the jiva is to become a servant of the servant of the servant. So the nature of the soul is every time to serve the Lord. Every time to serve the Lord. If it is the super soul or if it is the Lord Krishna, deity worship, anyway, the nature of the soul is to serve him. But what we are doing by taking this body, because when you have taken a body of a worm or anything, it can't do chanting or anything. So its life is totally useless. Only for the satisfaction of the soul, it has got that body. But we got a human body so that we can realize our self-realization is there. That from where we came, where we have to go, and what are the things we have to accompany. So in that way, this consciousness is the supreme consciousness what we have to got. See, the living entity which is having only the consciousness of body, that is the individual consciousness. But although it is having that, it is the body. And although he is qualitatively one with the Supreme also, but it is only the individual. Supreme Soul is the consciousness of all the bodies. Supreme consciousness and individual consciousness. The difference is there. And also when we see, this is the actual summary of this chapter. See, seeing with the eyes of knowledge and following things to attain the Supreme Lord is the true essence. That is the difference of the body and the knower of the body, and the process of liberation in the body, and the bondage of material nature is there. So one shouldn't have the distinction between the body, owner, and super soul. If these three are there, and different realizing the different qualities. What are the qualities? Krishna has said the 20 qualities: humility, tolerance, taking Guru Upadesh, Desh, and doing the service to the Lord, and one goes to the supreme destination. What is then how we can say that what is the process of work there? What is the process we have to follow? That is faith. Faith in good association, hearing from spiritual master, accepting a spiritual master, and knowing the difference between the body and matter. And our body is made up of only 24 elements, and the soul and the super soul are different. So by this contemplation and by realization, we completely understand this chapter. Why? Because the vision is that to discriminate. The vision of this chapter is we have to discriminate our spirit and matter. Spirit is nothing but the soul, and the matter is nothing but the body. So, if it is a moving or non-descriptible, super soul is indestructible, super soul is present everywhere, where even in a little bit of atom also super soul is present. The activities are performed by the body, and the self does nothing. One says that activities are performed by the body, but the self does nothing, is the most thing you have to know. And the living entity is distinct from the field of activities. Who are who are doing the field of activities? Everything is done by Prakriti. The soul never mixed with. See, the soul never mixed with the body, but it is transcendental, eternal. We have to understand the vision of this chapter. Hare Krishna, I'll end this Bhagavad Gita section. Any doubts or any confirmations? Hare Krishna, Bikash Prabhu,
हरे कृष्ण माता जी
कैसा कर रहे हैं आप
नो
चैंटिंग
डाउट्स
प्रभु जी?
चैंटिंग नहीं हो पाता है ना
एक राउंड तो कीजिए, कार्तिक मास है ना, एक बार करे तो 1000 बार करने का फल मिलेगा.
ओके कल से ट्राई करेगा क्योंकि बहुत अर्ली मॉर्निंग जाना पड़ता है इसके लिए
नहीं,
ट्राई
ट्राई
करेगा
चैंटिंग तो कभी भी कर
थोड़ा
सकते.
पहले उठ के कल से फिर
चैंटिंग
शुरू
कभी
करेंगे
भी कर सकते हैं. आपकी
हम्म,
की जैसी दिनचर्या है वैसे कीजिएगा, ट्राई करिएगा.
ओके माता जी
Mani Prabhu, any doubts or anything?
Now, Mataji, clear Mataji.
Now you got the actual seeker, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Actual seeker, actual doer. We are not doing anything.
Actually,
We are
yes,
just
Mataji.
seeing.
Nature only.
Yeah, nature is imposing us to do it. We won't, if you don't want to do also, it will impose in such a way that you'll do that.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
హరే కృష్ణ అన్నపూర్ణమ్మ గారు మాతాజీ
Hare
ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
Krishna. బాగున్నా మాతాజీ. చాలా రోజులకి వచ్చారు క్లాస్ కి.
ఈ రోజు లీవ్ దొరికింది నాకు.
ఓకే. కార్తీక మాసం ఎలా అవుతుంది? బాగా చేస్తున్నారా దామోదర్ దీపాన్ని?
చేస్తున్నానండి, బాగానే చేస్తున్నాను.
ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ ఫర్ అటెండింగ్.
నో ప్రాబ్లం అండి, మేమే థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పాలి.
Very bold. Murli Prabhu, can we end the section?
Hare Krishna Mataji. What is Prakriti Mataji?
Prakriti, material nature.
What is material nature Mataji?
The three modes of nature: mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. By that, we are working in our circumstances.
Okay Mataji.